Billy Mitchell is not a cheater, and here's why. First of all, I'm not sure why, but King of Kong isn't a documentary, it's a mockumentary. It was filmed at a real event, it was a live event, it really happened, but it was also fabricated, as in the story was written. Steve Weeby, or Weeb, or Billy Mitchell, neither one of them actually had the high score that day or in that tournament. They got beat out by a third guy who wasn't even talked about in the tournament. That's not mentioned, first of all. The scores may have been entered, but I think the scores were entered kind of posthumously after the documentary became what it was, which was huge, which was great for the hobby, for retro gaming, retro arcade gaming in general. And I think Billy and Walter kind of looked at that as a way to, we'll just kind of go with this story and it's going to be good for for gaming in general. And it is, and it was, until the scandal happened. Another thing that people don't realize is when stuff like this happens, like Billy Mitchell got a lot of movie offers, and not like he was going to be Tom Cruise or anything like that, but they want to use his story or likeness. I would say Pixels, for example, because they kind of went off of Billy there with the Peter Dinklage character. Now, he had to sign a NDA agreement because of future projects and a possible sequel, because I can't remember the studio, but the rights to King of Kong for a sequel, I do believe, were bought by one of the studios. But several of them had to sign an NDA agreement, which is a non-disclosure, which means you can't talk about it. They pay you off, and whether they bought his rights or what it was, and that could have been the situation for Pixels, and he wasn't able to talk about something. But you sign an NDA and you can't talk about the situation, any money or anything like that, or you can be sued. So when he's being called a cheater, he can't necessarily defend himself at the moment or at first until the NDA is sorry, it's hard to play pinball and talk, until it's resolved. So here he is being called a cheater, can't say anything else about it. And meanwhile, why is everybody still assuming that this mockumentary is real? What happened to my ball? This video footage that shows up is like some 6-year-old like copied off of his VCR to VCR. I don't know how many people were using VCRs to dub tapes. We had Windows 95 by the 2000s. I mean, come on. The digital age was here. Somebody could have done it. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen Billy Mitchell run a live stream or use his telephone or anything like that. He's not real technologically savvy. He knows arcade hardware, 80s technology, I would assume. So maybe he would do it off of a VCR. I thought that was the humorous part. Like, that was made by some prop shop. These guys who are directing, God damn it, come on. There must be a dead spot up there. There must be the directors and creators of this documentary, they grabbed their guys and they're like, hey, we need a video of Billy beating this high score. And so, okay, these guys go running off and they instantly go to the computer guys. Hey, how can we get a video of this? And they're like, oh, we can do this in MAME. And then you see what you see. Never do we get any real proof that Billy Mitchell actually played that, sent that in even. I mean, that's all movie magic. That tape, I guarantee you, was made by like 3 college guys. And that's why it was so easy to pick apart. But anyway, that's why Billy Mitchell is innocent. That tape wasn't real. Those scores weren't real. They were only entered into the lexicon because of the significant importance of the documentary, or mockumentary as it is. and not actually because they were legitimate scores. And I do think that that is a problem. I don't think that that should have been done. And I think it was just an error of judgment. But I do think that, am I right? And if this is true, I think Billy Mitchell can sue and win a lot of cases. And I'm really surprised that Guinness Book of World Records got involved and like took records away and stuff. Like, this was a fake movie. It was a real event with fake events written around. They wrote a story. They really weren't battling each other. But I have to give whoever credit. Billy Mitchell plays an excellent villain. He was a great villain, not only in the movie, but the way he's carried it on since then has just been great. I have to give it to him for that. Or, I mean, obviously that's Billy, but seeing that as the directors and creators of the documentary and going, hey, we need to make a story, it was brilliant. And it did fantastic things for the arcade hobby, and I have a job out of it. I didn't even work in this field. So I have to be thankful for King of Kong. I'm not knocking it at all. I just don't think Billy Mitchell's a cheater. I'll let this in now. But what do you think? Anyway, this is just for fun. I'm just joking around. I have no idea if he did it or not, but if you didn't cheat, dude, you should have at least made up a story like I did. It sounds better than nothing. I mean, come on. All right. Hopefully it doesn't stir up too much shit. See you guys. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.